As of this past Thursday, we had 7 patients sick enough to be admitted. As of yesterday, it was 30, and as of today, it's 50. Elderly people from our neighborhood are on ventilators in the ICU because of these minyanim. There's a 6 a.m. minyan, followed by a 7 a.m., followed by an 8 a.m., followed by a 9 a.m. minyan. Even if only 25 people come to each, that's 100 people in the same room in the same morning. Statistically, you guys are going to kill at least one old person every time you guys meet. You all trust me to treat you like family when it comes to my office. So I'm speaking to you like family. Stop the minyan and stop the gatherings. Stay home and pray by yourself. Have in mind the EMTs and paramedics and doctors and nurses working in the hospitals who are working under ridiculous conditions, trying to save as many people as we can. I admit there will not be thousands of deaths in Kew Garden Hills, but are we really willing to accept? Are we really willing to accept the 1 out of 100 people in our neighborhood who will die? I am not. We trust doctors whether or not to eat on Yom Kippur or when to make a bris. Why all of a sudden do you think it's appropriate to ignore us? Have a good night and good luck to us all. Guys, there's 2 ICUs now. One is CCU, one is ICU. Both of them are corona patients on ventilators. And there's a whole basement filled of patients who are being tested as we speak. Okay, so tomorrow it's not going to be 50. It's going to be more. Stop putting together your gatherings and parties. It's not the right time. I know we celebrate, we love to celebrate. We're frustrated that we set up all these gatherings that we can't do. Gosh, it's frustrating. I feel you. But please have in mind, we all have somebody who is at risk. If not you, because you're young and healthy, it's somebody around you, an elderly family member, a good friend, a neighbor. Stay home, stay home. There's this whole concept, stay home and flatten the curve. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. That's how China was able to flatten their curve. Did you see what they had? 80,000 people. It's now at 81% recovery. I'm shaking right now because I was so blown away by the selfish behavior that I saw on Instagram, on the feed, that people were like, coronavirus cannot stop us from celebrating this party. But you know what you're doing? You don't know. Come, we will take you on a walk down ICU, down CCU, and you know what? What you're doing now is going to happen in 2 weeks to see what happened. It's not happening now, the results. What we see right now is from 2 weeks ago. My father just called me he lives in Borough Park. He has, there's this Papa, he can't pronounce it. He's like, Papa. I'm like, no, Pa, I think it's Bubba Yeshiva. He's trying to say the yeshiva. It's basically a bunch of girls exposed to some form, somebody was exposed to it. And that, whatever happened, now the whole place is infected. Even my son's school was open until today. I didn't send him, but this is in Borough Park. People don't get it. Just trust your leaders. Trust them. They see what's going on. They're following protocols. They want to make us safe. It's gonna be okay. Most probably, most of us, 96% who are infected, are gonna do just fine. So it's a very high survival rate. But please, for the love of the people around us, this is a time to show solidarity and strength and follow I'm just shaking so much because I'm in the healthcare profession. I mean, because I genuinely worry and care. That's really what it is, right? But we each have the power. This is the thing. People don't realize their own power. We each have such an intense amount of power. Just by being around other people, we are all exposing them. Limit your exposure. Do you work in a medical field? Even more so, limit your exposure to other people. Okay, that's really my message. We will get through this. We are getting through this. And just, you know what? one day at a time. Please support the physicians in your community and just respect what they're saying. If they're saying don't do the minyan, respect that. Not because you feel symptoms or you don't feel symptoms, but because you trust them, because they're in it. They're risking themselves to be exposed to it. They don't have enough supplies. That's what my colleague told me today. Another colleague told me they're not doing things correctly. Why? Because there's not enough supplies. People, stop stealing from the hospital, whoever's doing that. Look, we all gotta play our role. That's it. We all have to pray. This is what we can do now. We're stuck at home, but we are not divided just because we're physically separated. We are so together, united with prayers. I'm just shaking, because I know, I understand, and I don't want to be scared. I want to be strong and I want to have faith, but there are pieces of me that are just want to shake people. I'm just please protect yourself. And if you don't care about yourself, just stay away from other people. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. We're going to tune in again to Inspired Esther at a different time. Right now, not so inspired. Okay.